Jesus' lifestyle, as depicted in the Gospels, was characterized by simplicity, humility, service, and devotion to God. Here are some key aspects. 1. Simplicity and humility. Jesus led a simple life. He was born into a humble family in Bethlehem, and later worked as a carpenter in Nazareth. His teachings emphasized humility and the rejection of worldly wealth and status. He lived without material excess, often traveling with little more than the clothes on his back. 2. Service to others. Jesus lived a life of service, healing the sick, feeding the hungry, and teaching people about God's love. His actions often demonstrated compassion for the marginalized, such as the poor, the sick, and sinners. 3. Prayer and devotion. Jesus regularly spent time in prayer and solitude, seeking communion with God. He would withdraw to quiet places to pray, often before making important decisions or after ministering to large crowds. 4. Love and compassion. Jesus taught and practiced unconditional love, even for enemies. His message centered on loving God with all one's heart and loving one's neighbor as oneself. He was deeply compassionate and often moved by the suffering of others. 5. Teaching and preaching. Jesus was an itinerant teacher, moving from place to place to spread his message about the kingdom of God. He used parables, stories, and simple language to make his teachings accessible to ordinary people. 6. Obedience to God's will. Throughout his life, Jesus was obedient to God's will. His ultimate act of obedience was his sacrifice on the cross, where he submitted to God's plan for the redemption of humanity. 7. Community and discipleship. Jesus gathered a group of disciples who followed him closely, learning from his teachings and observing his lifestyle. He emphasized the importance of community, fellowship, and discipleship, modeling how to live in relation to others and to God. In essence, Jesus' lifestyle was one of love, sacrifice, and commitment to God's mission.